He's using technology to disrupt the way students learn. His company has become one of the most valuable education startups in the world. After making his app a success in India, he's now eyeing new markets across the globe. Meet Byju Ravindran, one of India's game changers.
21st century illiterates are the ones who can't learn, unlearn and relearn.
He's betting big on Indians aspiring for a better life.
After food and shelter, most of the Indian parents' next big spend will be on education.
His humble background has played a key role in setting up a multi-billion-dollar business.
I come from a small village, but contrary to what people think, that's your biggest advantage.
The earth is a beautiful and...
It's the app that's taken the country by storm.
A, B.
And it's named after this man, Byju Ravindran.
Students love the app because it's given in a format which they like, using movie-like videos and game-like interactions.
And here I have a card.
Byju's offers a range of learning videos that include explaining mathematical formulas,
You can't see the moon.
physics theories, and biological concepts. The company operates on what's known as a freemium model. It has some limited content for free, but it charges students subscription fees starting from $200 to access the full set of videos. That amount is more than a month's salary for most parents in the country. But Byju's success comes from tapping into India's deep-seated cultural beliefs.
Education is still the best way to make it big for most of the Indians. The reason why parents don't mind paying for it when they see value in it, because after food and shelter, most of the Indian parents, they will be spending, the next big spend will be on education.
That's exactly what he's banking on. Byju's app provides lessons to school children as well as young adults preparing for university entrance exams. The app is loaded with videos which use animation, design and other video tools to explain the concepts. Teams of video producers convert the syllabus taught in schools into scripts that are easy to understand. With almost 350 million smartphone users in India, the app can literally be at their fingertips.
Generally, they are used to spending a lot of time on a mobile phone or on a tablet to play games and watch movies. Unless and until you match that kind of quality, it's very difficult to get engagement for any amount of time from today's youth.
When you're riding a cycle.
To achieve that, the videos rely on everyday examples and situations that students can relate to.
For example, while teaching a projectile motion to a 14-year-old, we will use scenarios like a cricket shot, and then we show an actual cricket shot and then move that, turn that into a digital representation. And so making it very, very visual, using videos which are even like in lower grades, even interactive videos.
It may not be surprising to learn that the son of school teachers would find education to be his calling. But Byju didn't plan on making this his career. He had been working as an engineer in the US and while on holiday back home, started teaching his friends math concepts.
I started teaching 10, 15 of them, and then they started bringing more of their friends. So within no time, like my 6th session was attended by 1,200 students. For the first time, I realized that, oh, this is what I should be doing. And not necessarily to start as a business, but I told my dad that I'll do this for 6 months and see where it's going. And I never looked back.
What was it that you were offering in those classes that was making you so popular in such a short span of time?
I was teaching them how to learn, not just how to solve questions for exams, though these were very useful for exams. I was showing them how to learn.
Initially, Byju was teaching students who were preparing for competitive university entrance exams. But he soon saw a bigger business opportunity: school children.
The last one being just a point. So you're looking at 5...
To Byju's surprise, within months, he ran out of space to accommodate the students that were signing up for his lessons. Eventually, he started hiring stadiums to conduct those sessions. You were teaching 25,000 students at one point of time on stage.
The biggest gathering in these kind of sessions used to be for students, 13, 14, 15-year-olds in the largest indoor stadium in India, which is in Delhi. And they were like weekend sessions, Sunday sessions, where not just the stadium, but even the arena used to be full.
Did that make you nervous?
That never made me nervous. It was more about I was excited that I was able to hold the attention of so many students at a time. They came and started learning math, and I'm using the word math in a festive atmosphere. It's not a math session, it's more of a math concert.
As you said, it was like a concert. Did you feel like a rock star at that point of time?
I never felt like a rock star. It's more like I was so excited with the fact that people were learning math and giving me or giving the teacher the attention, and that part was very exciting.
It took almost 4 years to create an app for school children. Byju's team expanded from 50 people to 2,500 employees.
Let's make elements today.
Hiring experts from various backgrounds, from engineers and animators to teachers and professional musicians.
Are we going to teach moldable?
The app's launch in 2015 came just as smartphones were becoming popular in India. Today, Byju's has 25 million users, with 1.5 million paying the full subscription price. But almost all his customers are children who go to English medium schools. But he now plans to expand in India by targeting the non-English speaking market that resides in small towns and villages.
India is the largest education system in the world, with more than 270 million students in schools today. Now, how we are planning to go deeper is by creating similar apps in other languages other than English. So in the near future, you will start seeing us look in, from an India perspective, localizing the app in other languages other than English, thereby catering to a larger percentage of the student population. Kids hate writing, that they make them write everything 100 times.
His vision has won over some believers, receiving a cash investment from some of Silicon Valley's most prominent investors, including the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative, the philanthropic investment fund belonging to Facebook's chief Mark Zuckerberg, as well as from China's internet giant Tencent.
The type of investors whom we have been able to get is because this is one segment where doing well is equivalent of doing good, because finally you will make a long-term impact. It's not just about making money by creating a successful business, it's also about making a long-lasting impact on those students who are using the application.
And why is it so important to you, the way people think and learn? It's not about the money, you say.
Yeah, it's because like the real benefit of right education, right learning, nobody knows that better than me. So and I've seen so many people and changing lives just because one kid in the household is getting the right education. It's not changing just the immediate family, it's having a big positive influence on the whole society, especially if you are coming from a village. Because people look up to that one person who would have made it big, and that motivates everyone around them. That makes them believe that they can also do it. And I always tell that if I can do it, there is no reason why you can't do it.
Byju grew up in a small village called Arikot in the southern state of Kerala. His parents were modest school teachers, and Byju says it was his father who laid the foundation for him to excel.
My dad is my role model purely because he has always given me the complete freedom to pursue my passion, which were math and games. Even during my school days, I used to bunk a lot of my classes to play those multiple games, which has helped me to learn all those life skills. Despite him being a teacher, he has never enforced anything on me. And being a first generation entrepreneur, it's very important that you get full support from people who are close to you. And he has always done that. And if I can be half as good as him as a dad to my 4-year-old son, I'm sure I'll be a good dad.
Growing up, Byju was an avid sportsman, representing his school in table tennis, cricket and football. He credits his passion for sports as one of the factors for his success.
Sports is where I've learned most of my life skills, which is useful in business as well as in life. Table tennis is where I've learned discipline, focus and attention, more importantly, controlled aggression. You learn not to give up till you win, and eventually it becomes a habit. It's very much true in business, especially in a new segment like ours, where there is no playbook for success. It's very important that we experiment multiple things, fail many times, and when it works and we figure out what is working, scale up really fast.
Today, to the students in his hometown, Byju is a role model. And on a recent visit home, He's encouraging them to chase their dreams like he did when he was studying in the school. I'm sure you have a lot of memories of this place. Tell me about them.
A lot of good memories, both inside classrooms, outside classrooms. So, like, a lot of your favorite teachers are always from the school. And then, apart from that, used to spend a lot of time outside classroom in the nearby playground playing multiple games.
You used to love playing games, and that's why you missed a lot of classes, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how did you manage with your lessons which you missed out on?
The best thing about that is that kind of forced me to become a self-learner, and that's when you take an active interest in learning. Subjects, especially the ones which were close to me, math, science subjects, I've learned on my own. English I've learned by listening to sports commentaries on radio. And a lot of it is from the BBC, the 15-minute sports shows. I used to wait till late night to listen to that.
Tell me, when you used to attend these classes, did you question the way children were taught? Did you think at that time as a kid, why am I being taught like that? Did you question yourself at that time?
I always used to, because what I've realized is most of the students, it's not just about the way teachers teach, it's also about the way students learn. Is by memorizing, replicating, and then forgetting. Even the most logical of the subjects like math, they memorize like a poem like this: AP is A plus D A plus N minus which is nth term. Sum 2 is N by 2 into first term is last term N by 2 into 2A plus N 3 constant A minus D A plus D 4 is A minus D A minus D A plus D A plus 3D. If you added all the D's, you can find out N, find out D.
I'm gone breathless. How did you say that in one sentence? Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
This is exactly how a lot of students, when they learn only for exams.
Byju's experience at school helped him identify the problems in the education system, which he is now trying to address through his app.
You learn better once you start asking questions, not when you memorize answers for questions made by someone else. You just observe a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old. They learn by asking questions. We need to bring that childlike curiosity back in the system if you want to make them ready for the future. What is required for tomorrow? If you ask me, what is the learning for the future, learning of the future? It is all about making them from passive learners to active learners, self-learners, lifelong learners. 21st century illiterates are not the ones who can't read and write. 21st century illiterates are the ones who can't learn, unlearn, and relearn.
In a world where jobs are rapidly changing, Byju believes students of today need to be better equipped with skills that can help them adapt to an uncertain future.
Someone who's joining in school today, when they start getting into jobs after 15 or after 20 years, most of the jobs are not even defined. So it's very, very important that we make them ready to create a productive workforce for the future.
An apple?
It's not just India where he wants to change how we learn. Byju is planning to launch his learning app in the US, the UK, and Commonwealth countries. To ensure the app is successful, he's adapting the videos to the academic syllabus of each country. Recently, his company raised $100 million from US investor General Atlantic in a deal that enhanced the value of his company to $3 billion. Byju plans to use the money to expand globally.
This will help us to get into new markets, create products for new markets after localizing the product. And more importantly, this will help us to innovate how we make learning easy for students across the globe. Innovation in both in terms of, like, what's important is we have to make it more engaging, more effective, and more personalized.
At the age of 37, Byju is one of the youngest entrepreneurs to build a multi-billion-dollar company in India. But for him, the real challenge is only just beginning. What do you tell young entrepreneurs who are up and coming now? What do you tell them is the secret sauce?
I'll say more than just the entrepreneurs, to everybody. Like, if I won't say it's an advice. It's more of what has clearly worked for me is, and something which can work for most of the people is, we are all far better than what we think we are. We just need to figure out things which we like, things which we are good at. We need to find that intersection. And if you have the right attitude to pursue that, till you get it.
Byju, you've been really successful. You have such a big company. You scaled up at such a rapid pace. You started out teaching a few students, and now you have this multi-billion-dollar business. But are you scared of something?
No. To be very frank, no. That's all because of where you come from. And I come from a small village. But contrary to what people think, that's your biggest advantage. That makes you extremely aspirational, highly positive. Generally, I tell that you put us anywhere, we'll come out of it.
So what's the next goal? What's the next big thing that you're looking for or aiming for?
Yeah, so I can say that the next aim is to make it the largest edtech company in the world, the largest education company in the world a few years down the line. But the fact is, even the largest education company is only that large. What gives us real satisfaction is the fact that every student who's becoming an active learner, I'm sure we are making a long-term impact well beyond schools. We are teaching them how to learn, and that will get them ready for life. I always tell that creating a billion-dollar company, the real fun is not in creating a billion-dollar company, but in changing the way millions think and learn.